my question is, some time ago, in a video that you did, you made the comment, you came right up close to the edge and almost said that it was a sin if we gave our King James Bible to our children. And I don't think you meant that. And my question is, was that like, an aw shucks knucklehead moment? Or can you clarify that a little better for me? Because I believe that that's a dangerous place to go. I think saying that giving your child the King James Bible as a child, I think that's a dangerous place to go if you say it's sin.
Yeah.
Can you clarify that?
That is very good faith argumentation. I appreciate that. And I can clarify. Let's talk about two ditches here. Let's talk about the Sigma Riz ditch, where you do dumb down the Bible and the substantive things that it's saying get smoothed over in a paraphrase, okay? The Message is the example people commonly trot out for that ditch. I do not think the Message should be used in church. I think it's a transculturation and not just a translation. And as a Bible study tool, fine, maybe that could be useful, but as a study tool for your as your main Bible that you memorize from and that you preach from, I think that's a ditch. I don't want to get in that ditch. Here's another ditch over here. Let's talk about the Latin Vulgate. Do you recognize, and I've run into people who still hold the Latin Vulgate up as the most important and most trustworthy Bible translation. The Latin Vulgate was treated almost exactly the way the King James is treated today by Roman Catholics of the 14th, 15th, 16th centuries. They saw the translation itself as authoritative. It did not matter to them. And I've read the preface to the Roman Catholic 1582 New Testament translation into English, the very first translation they made. They were dragged kicking and screaming into translating the Bible at all. They said, usually Christian people don't need to have God's words at all. Okay, so now we've got these two poles, right? Making it not just accessible, but dumb. I agree, that can be a problem. There are churches that use the Message, and I think that's a problem. Here's a Roman Catholic system that thankfully isn't there anymore, although there are traditionalist Roman Catholic churches that still use the Latin a lot, and they're totally unintelligible, okay? Language change is what made the Vulgate unintelligible and put it in that ditch. It was originally for Latin-speaking plowboys. It became unintelligible over time. The King James Version is somewhere in between those two ditches. There comes a point at which it's so close to this ditch that actually it is a sin for a given Bible translation to be handed to children. I'm saying we've reached the point where there's a sufficient number of readability difficulties that it's time to turn away from the King James in institutional contexts. Would I say it's a sin to hand to your child? Here's what I'd say, quoting the King James: to him that knoweth to do good and doeth it not, to him it is sin. What can I do, brothers and sisters, other than apply the teaching of 1 Corinthians 14? Does edification require intelligibility? If so, then, it's between you and God whether it's a sin or not, but don't do it. Don't hand unintelligible words to your children. God's words are too precious. I want to understand everything and not be misled by the Bible translations that I use.
Y'all got a King James? Yeah. If you don't, just throw what you got on the ground, look on with somebody that does. If you don't love it, leave it. Let this song that I'm singing be a warning. Are y'all listening? When you're running down my doctrine horse, you're walking on the fighting side of me.